Caitlin Clark snags another honor. She's made the Forbes 30 under 30 list. Clark, who is just 22 years old, is the only professional women's basketball player on this list.
Did you catch Paige Booker's game against Holy Cross? It's been the talk of the town, but not in a good way. The UConn superstar only attempted 9 shots throughout the entire game. That's right, just 9 shots from one of the best players in college basketball. You might be wondering what's going on with Paige. Buckle up, because we're about to dive into why this former Phenom has suddenly been playing like a ghost on the court. And wait until you hear what Coach Gino had to say about it. He didn't hold back.
Says Clark was chosen for leading the Indiana Fever to their first playoff appearance in 8 years, while breaking the WNBA single-season assist record and earning Rookie of the Year honors. But wait, there's more. She also led the WNBA All-Star Game voting with more than 700,000 ballots and has been credited with an increase in league viewership and attendance.
Let's rewind a bit. Gino Auriemma, one of the greatest coaches in college basketball history, saw something special in Paige Buckers during her time at Hopkins High School. Recognizing her potential, he didn't hesitate to bring her to UConn for her college career. Paige didn't disappoint. Her debut season was nothing short of spectacular, as she posted 17 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, and 5 steals, setting the stage for an incredible freshman year.
I always knew Asia Wilson was overrated. Eric, let me see your resume. That's what I thought.
Everything seemed to be going smoothly for Paige Buckers until this season, when things took a turn. Watching her on the court, you can't help but notice something feels off. She's not taking shots, not driving to the basket. It's as if she's become a completely different player.
I just come out here and try to, play basketball in a way that people love watching, in a way that is going to make my team successful, and the records and whatever, or the stats, that's just what comes.
Let's rewind to that Holy Cross game. UConn, one of the most dominant teams in college basketball, should have easily crushed them, right? But they barely scraped by. Let's be real. This isn't the Holy Cross team we're used to. They're weaker than ever. And Paige, she only took 9 shots the entire game. That's not the Paige we know.
Clark is the sole representative of the WNBA on the list. Forbes credited Clark with building viewership and bringing attention to the league during her record-setting season.
Let's rewind to that Holy Cross game. UConn, one of the most dominant teams in college basketball, should have easily crushed them, right? But they barely scraped by. And let's be real. This isn't the Holy Cross team of old. They're weaker than ever. And Paige, she only took 9 shots the entire game. That's not the Paige we know.
People that have showed up in the stadiums, from the viewership numbers to people really wanting to wear a WNBA player's jersey or buy their merch or whatever it is, or have their shoe. Just how it's evolved in such a short period of time, I think shows everyone, there is real opportunity.
Ouch. That's not something you expect to hear about one of the best players in college basketball. It's almost like he's questioning her effort, but we know Paige isn't lazy. So what's really going on here?
See are the B's that are being dramatic about Caitlin Clark. That's all I see. They try so long to get respect for women's basketball, and then they treat it like a junior high school girl's locker room. Junior high school girl antics on the court. Instead of playing the game, they got to be drama because they're jealous. Instead of letting their skills speak for themselves, they got to be drama because they're jealous.
This isn't just about one bad game. There's something bigger happening. We've seen star players have off nights before, like Diana Taurasi, Sue Bird. They've all had games where they struggled, but they bounced back quickly. They adapted. They found their rhythm again. With Paige, though, it's different. She looks like she's suddenly lost her confidence, hesitating and second-guessing herself. It's affecting the entire team. UConn, a team built to dominate, is struggling, and with Paige being their best shooter, the team feels lost without her usual spark. It all seems to come back to her sudden change in play style.
Josh, don't piss me off. Do not piss me off.
The shocking mistake that's got everyone talking isn't just that Paige isn't scoring, it's that she's not even trying to score. She's passing up open shots and deferring to her teammates when she should be taking control. It's like she's forgotten that she's the star of the team.
Caitlin Clark, I'm sure you saw, just became the all-time scoring leader in women's college basketball. I'm curious, where would you rank her amongst all-time college players, in your opinion?
Ooh, that's tough because you got to win one. I feel like that college is one of those spaces where you got to win one for them to even have your name in the conversation. And it took me 3 years to win mine.
And here's where it gets really interesting. This isn't just affecting Paige's game, it's impacting her future as well. People are starting to question whether she's still the best player in college basketball. They're wondering if she'll still be the top pick in the WNBA draft.
A girl wants to grow up and play in a league where you're targeted like that. How do you sit here and profess and demand that everyone take women's sports seriously when you can't even take it seriously enough to not act like a junior high queen on the court? It's stupid. That's so dumb. It looks like a soap opera.
But remember, this is Paige Bueckers we're talking about, the same player who took the college basketball world by storm. The question now is, can she find her way back to the top, or is this the new normal for the once unstoppable Paige Bueckers? Remember when we said Paige wasn't trying to score? It turns out she's trying too hard, just not in the way you'd think. Paige has all the skills, shooting, passing, and ball handling. A player like her should be able to say, I'm getting 20 points tonight, so why the struggle? It's not her physical game. It's all mental.
She's talking about, she's charging $100K for speaking events, and fans is like, Shrek? Since when? And you only doing this because of Caitlin.
Paige is overthinking every move. She's so focused on making the perfect play that she freezes when she gets the ball. Instead of looking to score, she's scanning the court, trying to find the absolute best option. But sometimes the best play is just to take the shot.
I'm going to go out there and I'm going to try to be the best. I get y'all saying best player in the world. That's great. It looks great. But I want to be the best person. I want to be the best teammate, because that's how I get the best out of it.
Making the right play is what Paige needs to focus on. Can you imagine how frustrating this must be for her teammates and coaches? Some are suggesting that she's listening to the noise on social media, and it's clouding her mind.
The idea of some players being jealous, yes, that probably exists. Okay. And that is unfair. Okay. To me, yeah, jealous, sure. I mean, would you be jealous of somebody that got $28 million a shoe deal or whatever the deal is before you step foot in the pro?
Paige Bueckers has natural talent, much like Messi, but Caitlin Clark stands out with her work ethic, drive, mentality, and aggression. It's her relentless pursuit of excellence that earns her the comparison to Kobe Bryant's killer mentality.
I don't know what it is, but these women forever hating on CC, dog. It's looking real spooky out there for a bunch of these WNBA.
Why is Paige suddenly afraid to take shots? She's put immense pressure on herself to be perfect, and every missed shot feels like a failure. But in basketball, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. This perfectionism is holding her back from being the superstar she can be, and it's affecting the entire UConn team.
Asia Wilson is the queen of the delusion. She's absolutely the queen of the delusion.
The thing about leadership is how you approach every single person is going to be completely different. And I think the thing that's helped me be successful throughout my career has been the relationships that I've been able to build with people, and every single person you have to approach differently because they come from a different background, they come from a different place. Somebody can be a little more tenderhearted, and for me, I probably want to be screamed at. It's just everybody's a little bit different. So I think that's what's unique about leadership and being able to understand people, but that takes time, and building relationships is really...
Ratings, high attendance figures. Ladies and gentlemen, that doesn't come courtesy of a league. It comes courtesy of the players that play in the league. And in her case, she was the most popular, which means she could have helped your bottom line, which means you should have seen that from day one and maximized it. But everybody talk about other WNBA players not being appreciated. Nobody insulted them. Nobody dismissed their contribution. We were simply saying, despite the contributions for years and years and years, a lot of people didn't care. Fair or not? Until Caitlin